Mike Miller coming in. And he's going to go up against Superman, Al Madril. Oh, this could be a dandy. A dandy. There goes Miller getting in the ring. Awaiting the arrival of promoter Don Owen. Here comes Al Madril. Hey, Al's got himself a new jacket there, Dutch. That's looking good. Look at that.
In this corner, 246 pounds from Louisiana, Mean Mike Miller. His opponent in this corner, 235 pounds from Los Angeles, Al Madril.
Oh, that is all right. Hope we can turn that down to dim. It's pretty bright. Brand new jacket. Al Madril and Mean Mike Miller. Sandy Bar. There you can see part of the crowd tonight. Boy, they are lively. They are ready. And it's a big crowd. We love that. It's a great place to spend a Saturday night. Bring the whole family out. The Portland Sports Arena. Enjoy professional wrestling live in person. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Get caught up in the excitement of the atmosphere just like it's going to happen right here. Miller backs Madril up into the ropes. That may be the only clean break you'll see during the entire match. Top wrist lock by Miller on Madril. And Madril turns that into a hammerlock, and Miller reverses that.
I don't know. It looks to me like Madril's picking up a little weight. Look a little heavier when he first came in, doesn't he?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. He
go behind. Tucked him in quite nicely, trying for a pin with Madril. And Miller scooted to the ropes. Now he's extorting Sandy Bar. What are you trying to do to me, Ref?
When somebody's as big as Mike Miller, it's hard to tell when they've added a few pounds.
No, Miller looks like he's trimmed down a bit. Madril looks like he's picked up some.
Al looks a little marked up there. He's probably must have been in some.
He's been in the wars
matches lately.
All right, he's been in the wars. Go behind by Madril, reversal by Miller. Full Nelson by Miller. Miller's in the black tights with the red knee pads. In case you're just tuning in, he's the gentleman behind the gentleman in front, which is Al Madril in the blue tights. There's a reversal by Al Madril into a full Nelson of his own. Miller tried to get out of it, didn't make it. Flying mare, and we got him under the chin.
Front chin lock by Al Madril. Good moves there. Both these men, veterans of the ring wars.
Boy, there are people from all over here tonight. I'm looking at people that have babies a year old and less on their laps. Some 2-3 years old on their laps. I don't know which is the lesser two evils, going out in the town on Saturday night or coming down to see Portland wrestling. I suggest you come down and see Portland wrestling.
Well, that's like going out.
Because it'll keep you out of trouble.
Yes.
Want to get all your frustrations out? Come down and yell and holler and cheer for your favorite. You come down here at 8:30 for the Portland show. By golly, you can go home at 11 o'clock because we tape this thing. And you can see yourself on television at 11 o'clock waving and shouting and screaming and just generally having a good time.
Absolutely. Just like one great big replay. And you can see all the exciting action all over again. Miller working his way to his knee anyway. Trying to work his way to his feet. Get out from under that.
What do you mean, go to my room?
I forgot. This is your room.
I went outside. Mike Miller trying to do some heavy punishment to Al Madril. The big Tennessean runs Madril flush into that far turnbuckle. Al caught it partially with forehead and the rest of it with his chest. Set him down on the mat. Miller picks him up ungraciously and does it again. Al takes a full blunt of it right on the head.
Right into that turnbuckle. And that turnbuckle ain't soft, right?
Right. We lovingly call the little orange things. There's Madril blocking Mike Miller and then punishing Mike Miller in his own little inimitable way.
With the encouragement of the crowd, he's going to try to hit every turnbuckle on the ring. Oh, caught that in the side of the face.
I don't know what's keeping Miller up. He's a hard man to get off his feet. There he goes.
He's off his feet now.
And out of the ring.
What were you going to say about those turnbuckles?
Yes, we lovingly refer to the ropes as ropes. Folks, those are cables. We'll tell you again. Those are steel cables underneath that garden hose, that red garden hose, and they join in the corners by turnbuckles, steel turnbuckles. They got a ring and a couple of nuts and bolts to them. And then all they do is tape those things and put a little piece of red canvas on it. There's no sponge or any cotton under those things. Those are taped steel turnbuckles. When you hit them, they don't give. Most people say, that's all cotton and stuff. Until they come down here and grab a hold of one of them. They go, oh, my goodness, they weren't lying to us. That's the absolute truth.
Miller was having a little confab with some of the crowd down here.
Now, let's talk about this now. Mr. Madril, Mr. Miller says, no sense us engaging in fisticuffs. After all, I started it.
Well, Madril figures that action speaks louder than words. And there's a side headlock by Madril. Now watch this. Pop right in the forehead. You got Sandy Barr's attention away from him. And there he goes, another one.
Well, Mr. Miller was looking for a place to sit down, and he did, and unceremoniously he was ripped back up to his feet again.
I'm sure he has a sizable headache right now. Here's another right on the forehead. You hear that up here. You hear that? Just pop.
Miller backs Madril into the far ropes. And he whips him right straight into the camera. Takes a tackle for his effort. Hip lock by Miller. Tries for a pin. Madril kicks him off and runs right into a flying arm.
Look at that, to a kneeling arm bar by Madril. A lot of action there. Fast and furious. Is that a scratch on Miller's side, or is that some blood there?
That looks like some blood. And I know where it's coming from. I don't know whether it's coming from Madril or Miller, but that is definitely blood. He may have cut himself on that far turnbuckle and Madril ran him into it. Occasionally that cable does stick through. You know how hard it is to cut a hunk of cable unless you've got cable cutters, and sometimes they flay on the end where they tie them. And you get one of those nice little hunks of steel sticking through that padding. It'll do a number on you.
Miller now trying to do a number on Madril. He's going to do, Madril blocked it and came back with one of his own. Miller was going to try to pop Al, and Madril blocked the shot and popped him one of his own.
We were checking this past week about various areas of the country where wrestling stars are. And we checked a couple of pictures in some of the magazines of who their top people were in various areas. And it's amazing. In one of the areas from out of New York and the East Coast, 4 of the top men that are on top in that business back there, 4 of the top contenders in their estimation, come from here.
From here, I was going to say.
We sent them back there. People don't realize that. You tell them over and over again, where do you think these guys got their start? Where do you think they were superstars here before they went back there? Ladies and gentlemen, there are 14 million people surrounding New York City. They get more publicity. They get more magazine coverage than we do out here on the West Coast in Portland, Oregon. The simple reason there's millions of them and hundreds of thousands of us. but per capita. In other words, if you were to put the same amount of people in New York that you have here in Portland, we outdraw them 3-1 per capita.
3-1.
That's fan participation. And as far as bringing out stars, the list is infinitesimal. Just take a look around the nation, and you'll see people that were in here where they got their start before they went back east.
I'm sure Jimmy Snuka was on that list, and you sent him back there.
Jesse Ventura, Adrian Adonis. The list is so long, and so you name it. Anybody you've seen that's on top anywhere in the country at one time or other was in here in the Portland area.
Well, we've known that we've got the greatest fans in professional wrestling anywhere.
Rowdy Piper.
Oh, Madril's going outside.
Some of these gentlemen had broken in the business before they came into Portland, but this is where they got their first big break at Stardom. And due to the efforts of promoter Don Owen and his constituents, made some big names for the wrestling world. We want to make sure people realize that. And they write in and say, why don't you get those guys out here? Well, we had them for 5 years.
Yeah.
They'll be coming back one day.
Miller greeting Madril. As Madril tries to get back in the ring. The neck snapper. Now he's going to get Madril. Madril's going to lose his cool down there, and that's when he gets hot. And that's when he starts taking care of business. The old TCB.
My director talks to me sometimes, folks, and I hear these voices in my ear, and if you hear me saying Roger, it's confirming something. I have to tell you, he thinks he's a 747 pilot. So we have to treat him with respect.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Oh. Wrapping that left leg of Mike Miller's around a steel post. Now Al Madril goes for the right leg and bangs it onto that post.
Miller
10 bars counting. There's a hard right hand by Supermex.
Miller may not have a leg to stand on now.
Oh,
both of them wrapped around that post. Miller in a lot of pain, and I think he's going to be a little bit more. There's a
Madril working on that forehead. That.
You think Miller knows where he is right now?
He's having a hard time, but don't count Mike Miller out. He's a big man. There's a flying tackle by Madril.
Madril came
for a count. We only get a 2 out of that one.
Madril came flying halfway across the ring, smashed Miller.
There's an ear knocker. That sets Miller back. He's trying for a pin again.
He's taking care of business right now, Madril. He's having some business take care of him. There's a whip and the rope. Look at that.
There's a victory roll. We have a 2 count. Miller claps those shins across Al Madril's ears. Let's stop that onslaught. There's a small package by Al Madril.
Miller got out of that one again.
Gracious, gracious. This is a tremendous match.
Miller's big. He's tough. Both these men are. Oh, there's a rake right across the face. The forearm. Now both men working on each other as the bell rings.
Time on the draw.
Mike Miller and Al Madril, they're still going at it. Battling to a draw in our second match tonight. Look at that. They're still going. They may be going when we come back, and we will be back right after this. Time out.